All right, here we go with this week's audience questions. People loved this last week, Lewis. The questions that we got, I don't know, the clips did incredibly well on YouTube. We got so many emails about them, so we're going to do it again this week. So Tony wrote to me, and Tony said, are you now or were you ever a fan of wrestling? I was initially going to say no, I've never been a fan of wrestling. I've never been a fan of MMA, UFC, any of that stuff. But then I remembered that when I was a little kid, when I still lived in Argentina, I was 3 or 4 years old. I remember there was this wrestling show, fake wrestling, called something like Titans in the Ring. And I used to really like it when I was 3 or 4 years old. But I have to say, and I can say this with certitude, Lewis, that since moving to the United States, I've never cared about anything like wrestling or boxing or MMA, UFC, be it fake or real, period. I don't know about you.
All right. I when I was young, I loved it. You know, when you're a little kid and you see these larger than life guys in the ring there, doing all sorts of crazy stuff, you think it's the coolest thing in the world. So yeah, I used to watch like The Undertaker and um, guys like the Bushwhackers and stuff like that. I was this I was watching after the whole Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior era. But when I was young, yeah, I ate that stuff up. I loved it. But I can't really watch it or get into it now. Um, but it's interesting if you've ever seen the movie The Wrestler. It's kind of like a behind the scenes of what it might have been like to be a wrestler in that golden era of wrestling. And it's fascinating. I mean, those guys really do take a beating. It's not easy. A lot of them used to be on a lot of painkillers all the time, steroids, obviously, which can wreak havoc on your body. Alcoholism was frequent, and it's I don't know, just an interesting view, a peek into that world.
Now, you are into not wrestling, but you're into MMA and UFC now, right? I mean, the question doesn't specify whether it's like the fake or the real kind of wrestling, but you've been into that for some time.
Yeah, if you're talking about like Olympic wrestling, I'm not really into that. I do like MMA. I think it's a great sport. I don't really follow it anymore. I can't remember the last time I watched it. I've just kind of lost track of it. But I do enjoy watching that whenever I can. Yeah.
This is viewer-supported independent media. Please support our program by going to davidpakman.com/membership and becoming a member today.